How's it going, DIY? My name is Jonah. Today we're going to be talking about the reason why I personally believe that the PC market is in kind of a weird spot right now. And what I mean about being in a bad spot right now, it's mainly the fact that there's a lot of issues with the supply chain, and it's definitely going to be in a weird situation for, I'd say, at least another 6 months or so. What made me make this video in the first place, my friend actually reached out to me recently and asked me to build him a PC. And me being me, and someone who likes and prefers custom PC builds, I thought it'd be better off to just build out a PC for him. But as I was looking through a lot of these parts, I realized that this is a really weird time to build a PC right now. And I'm gonna go over a few of those reasons here in a minute, but just wanna give a quick disclaimer. This is of course my opinion, and there's definitely pros and cons to buying and building a PC in any situation at any point in time. So just keep that in mind when you watch this video. But I wanna talk about some of the parts that are definitely okay in terms of stock right now. First of all, we have, of course, CPUs. We already had the initial launch of Ryzen 9000 series that came out recently. Of course, we also had Intel's CPU launch, which, you know, we all kind of know how that went. Overall, we still have a lot of Ryzen 5 7000 series CPUs in stock. We still have a couple AM4 CPUs that you know, are still on pretty good prices. And there are still some bundle deals on Newegg and stuff like that that occasionally pop up. For instance, like the Ryzen 5 7600X being at like $195, it's still a really good deal for that CPU, and you're gonna be happy with that. Of course, lead times aren't too bad on it. It's about a week out if you bought it today. So overall, CPUs in terms of AMD and Intel, in terms of like 12th, 13th gen and stuff like that, you still have a lot of options, so that's good to see. But the other things that I want to talk about that are not doing so good in terms of stock and availability right now, that I think just aren't caught up in the holidays right now, is the motherboards. And that is something that I've really noticed here whenever I've been trying to plan PC builds as of lately for PC Bros. A lot of the motherboards that I normally select for my PC builds are just out of stock completely. Like we have the ASRock B550M Pro 4 out of stock, the Pro SE out of stock. A lot of the ASRock Riptide boards are out of stock, and the ones that are in stock are either taking a really long time, or they're just gonna be kind of price hiked. They're really expensive, and that can kind of hurt and you know, tamper with some prices on builds. And although, you know, it is really beneficial to spend a little bit extra money on a motherboard to get, you know, all the features and stuff, there just aren't that many options, especially if you're looking for a certain color scheme or you're looking for a certain form factor, things like that. In addition to the motherboards that I've noticed are kind of in a bad spot right now, and that's actually a very apparent and probably the most important part about building a PC, is GPUs. Now, obviously everyone knows right now, I'm filming this on January 3rd, and overall the GPU market sucks right now. And just being plain and simple, obviously NVIDIA is producing their 50 series cards, and they have pretty much halted all manufacturing for 40 series GPUs. There are still more batches of orders coming in, and you'll still see a couple normalized deals for NVIDIA GPUs and AMD GPUs, but overall, in terms of like the grand scheme of things, you may find one or two GPUs that are similarly priced to MSRP. Otherwise, like, good luck finding some high-end stuff. Like, I'm looking at 4070 Ti's right now on Newegg. I don't see a single one that is under $1,000 except for a refurbished Asus TUF model. It really shows that GPUs are in a really weird spot right now. So even like more entry-level GPUs, like the 4060, an Asus dual model, is $329, which is $30 over the MSRP. And being this late into the GPU cycle, it really shows that it's really not a good deal right now, because if you just wait a couple months, you can get a 5060 probably for the same price. You can get it at MSRP, and you know, it's just kind of weird. I didn't feel comfortable recommending my friend to buy a 4060 on the you know, parts market if he's gonna pay more and get the same performance, and honestly just need an upgrade sooner rather than later. So that's kind of the weird situation with the market right now. And on both Amazon and Newegg, unless you go out and buy used, you're gonna be spending more money than you typically would on a PC right now. And it kind of sucks. Maybe it's also me being kind of biased because I saw a bunch of Black Friday deals and a lot of things were in stock then, but it really looks like even after the holidays, I guess with people wanting to, you know, keep spending money and they got money for Christmas and stuff, it looks like people are still wanting to pick up hardware now that is still new. So it's kind of set the market back, and you're in a situation where there are still really good deals, like, you know, CPUs, you know, same prices on cases that are somewhat relatively in stock. And then there's things like GPUs and motherboards and power supplies that are really hard to find right now, and they're gonna be costing a lot more than they typically would. So I think overall, right now would not be a bad time to start picking up PC parts, but I don't know if I would go out of my way, unless you really specifically wanted certain parts, to go out and buy everything at once. I would probably start with, you know, your CPU, find a good deal on a motherboard if you can, and wait for that to come in, because good motherboards are taking a bit of time to come in right now. Chain SSD, those are really cheap right now, actually around like 55 bucks for Gen 4 1 terabyte. Power supplies, if you can find a decent one, you should definitely pick one of those up too. Just kind of bits and pieces, you can start picking away at those items, because honestly, what leads me to my second part of this whole video and why I want to talk about it was tariffs. Right now, we are still early January, and there are rumors that tariffs will be implemented to imports from China, and a lot of these parts come from China. And I'm not going to be political or anything here, but I will say if those tariffs do pass, you're obviously going to see these parts that manufacturers are bringing in from China cost more money to offset those tariff costs. They're not just gonna eat up those costs themselves, so they will definitely be going to the consumer, and they're gonna have to be spending more money. So that's also another reason and kind of counterpoint to why I think the PC market kind of sucks right now, but it also kind of doesn't, because it really could very well be worse in a couple months. So I think overall, if you're wanting to build a PC this year and you're pretty much set on, getting like a Ryzen 5 7600X or getting, some mid-range CPU and like a mid-range build, I would probably recommend honestly picking some stuff up now if you can, to maybe just guarantee that you have a pretty decent price on these parts that are somewhat in stock and on good prices. And then things like the GPUs, I would not pay anything over MSRP for any card right now on the market, and I would just wait to see if there's another batch or two that comes in after the holidays and after people with all that Christmas money has kind of been spent through. Or, if you can just wait out for the 50 series GPUs or Ryzen 9000 series, or hell, maybe you even get a B580, that you can find one in stock right now, because those are also really hard to find. It's definitely one of those situations where it's never really like a terrible time to build a PC, but this is definitely, compared to like the last year, not the best time right now, in terms of my opinion. Again, you can prove me wrong, but I will definitely say that it's definitely the most difficult time to build a PC right now for a good deal and good price. And that's just kind of the situation how a lot of times the market ends up becoming after the holiday season and in a weird transition period between models of graphics cards and new products that are launching out, especially with CES right around the corner. So definitely keep those things in mind. Let me know down in the comments below, guys, though, if you guys agree with me, disagree with me, or if you think, it's gonna be worse in 2025 to build a PC, because I don't know, it's definitely a toss-up, honestly. It could get really bad. It could stable out and you could find some really good deals on in-stock stuff, but it really is kind of difficult to say because we don't know what the future is gonna hold. But to sum up this video, overall, I think it is definitely not a bad idea to start picking up parts for your next PC build, or if you ever wanna upgrade certain items. Take a look on the market, see what's in stock, see what the MSRP is, see if you can find any sales on any of them, because overall you can get a couple good deals on your generic parts. But for larger items like GPUs, motherboards, and things like that, definitely keep an eye out, maybe do some deal hunting and price checking on the daily to see if you can find anything else, because overall the market is pretty dry right now, but that can always change here in the future. So thanks for watching to the end if you all did, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.